What's up guys, welcome to your 8th Premiere Pro tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to be going over the timeline. Now the timeline should be at the bottom of your screen right here, and it's probably the most important part of your entire project. What the timeline is, if you couldn't already figure it out, which you pretty much can just by looking at it, it pretty much is the way you arrange all of your clips and audio files to arrange them. You can change the size of them, you can cut them, you can shrink them. You pretty much take care of all of your files or video down here. So as you can see right here, I have 3 clips, and you can go ahead and just arrange them by holding them and dragging them into place. Or if you want to delete one, just go ahead and click one, press delete, and then you can go ahead and slide another one into place. And this is how you can use different clips to edit together and make a movie. So first thing you probably notice is all these widgets and gadgets and toolbars and everything like that around the timeline panel. So let's go ahead and figure out what all these do. And I'm sorry if it sounds windy in here, but it's about 105 degrees in my room because my air conditioner broke. So and there's a cricket chirping outside, and it's the most goofiest sounding cricket in the world. But anyways, back to the timeline. The first thing you want to probably take note of is this thing right here. This is the time display, and this is where in your movie, and I'm talking like this whole entire thing is movie, where in your movie your current time indicator is. So for example, if you want to edit like something into 30 seconds, like add a title or something, what you need to do is drag this thing, this blue little triangle with a red little bar down. This is called the current time indicator, and this is how you change different points in time in the movie. And now as you slide this, you can see that your time is moving. So let's go ahead and slide that to 30 seconds. I don't want to get exact and now, so pretty much now we know what 2 things are: the time display, which shows what time in your movie you are, and the current time indicator, and this is how you change through points in your movie. Now as you can see, these little things, these little video layers, you can see them visually, or if you press this little arrow right here, it changes the appearance of it. But there's also another way to change the appearance of it, and that's this little button right here, and this is the display style. So what this is called right here is the first frame, and each clip is called the head, and the last frame is called the tail. So if you want to show head and tail, guess what one you choose? Show head and tail. If you want to show frames, like each frame throughout the thing, then you want to do show frames. I like show head only, just because I only need a starting point, and if you show anything else, it kind of gets all jumbled together. If you put show frames, then when you're looking at it, you don't really know where one ends and where one begins just by looking at it. So you probably want to do show head only. Another thing that you might find useful is when you're working with different layers and overlapping them and stuff like this, you probably want to be able to toggle one of these off and on. So as you can see, when you toggle this off or on by clicking the eye, it's still there, but in your preview you can't see it. So what the eye does, and this is called what is that called? Track output, I think. Let's hover over it, see if we can find an answer. Yep, toggle track output. This pretty much means the visibility, and even though it's still there, if you have like a bunch of layers and stuff and things get too confusing, you can just click one of those, and it pretty much, just like it says, makes it visible or invisible. But if you export it, it's still going to be there. So now what the heck does that mean? That brings me to our 2 last and most confusing things. This first little bar right here, which it's probably hard to see, this is this is called the viewing area bar. This is pretty much the zoom level, and it just shows how much you want to view. So you can either slide it, or you can grab one of these corners, and you can either view more or less of your project. Another thing what you probably never want to touch is this thing right here. This is called the work area bar, and this is pretty much where you're working, and when we get in exporting and previewing stuff like that, that's when we'll do that. But for now, don't ever touch this, and you probably don't ever want to touch this ever. I've been working with Premiere Pro for a long time, and I never touch this or this. More useful if you want to view more or less of where you're working, you probably want to use this little thing down here. This is the zoom. So say for example you want to edit this part of your clip right here. What you want to usually do is move your current time indicator to that clip and just zoom it right in there, and then bam, you can edit that right there. So those are the basic properties of the timeline panel, and once we start working with clips you'll get more familiar with it, but I just want to show you what every little teeny widget and gadget was for now. And in the next tutorial we're going to be going over the monitor panels. I can't talk right today, but for now that's all you get. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.